So thank you for those words. So our next speaker is going to be a word of encouragement from Derek. So Derek, if you could please come up. Derek is wanted to provide a word of encouragement, so we're going to give him an opportunity to go ahead.
Hey, how y'all doing? I just want to say that I've known this family since I'm 37 right now. I've known this family since I was like probably 11, 12 years old, something like that. I know him. Yeah, I know him. We played Little League football together. His family, they're my family. You understand that? Yeah, we do taxes together. We do all kind of stuff together. And let me let you know, this man, he has integrity. I had to be here. I didn't want to be here today. I want to chill at the crib. But I had to be here, today. And his brother, his son's my brother. Alright? So when we do picnics and all that kind of stuff, barbecue and stuff, I invite them over. I remember she was a little baby girl. They come over. Now she's a big girl. That's right, my mom. Alright. So I'm real. I ain't gonna take y'all time. But what I'm saying is that whatever reason that we here for him, we need to make it happen. Yeah, we need to make it happen. Like seriously. So you know how they say the fruit don't fall too far from the tree, or something like that, or the tree ain't something with the fruit, or something like that. Yeah, that's his situation. All right. So whatever reason why we here right now, we need to make it happen. Make it happen. Yeah. And I'm here 110% right now. All right, this is my family. Right here.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you for those kind words, Derek. So our next speaker is going to be Stephen Lisa. He's going to give us a little talk about the race that we're in, which is a local commissioner race, which is different than the at-large race that most people are used to. He's going to talk about it and what is the process to vote in this race, right? So,
good evening, everybody. Didn't expect to speak tonight, but glad to be here. I was invited this evening, so I wanted to just show some support. Sorry for the work attire, just getting off. But so to just tell you guys a little bit about why local races are important. The roads you see fixed, the new economic development you see in your community, the beautification of your city, all lies in our local politicians' hands. From the city commission to our city managers to city staff, really making sure that they are getting the job done for the people. And honestly speaking, a lot of people always go back to the federal government as if they do a lot of the changes we see. And that is far from the truth, which is why our local politics, our local government is so important, because they really do make a difference in our daily lives, and you can see it firsthand happening in the city of Oakland Park. Now, what makes Oakland Park unique, and like a few other municipalities out of the 31 in Broward County, Oakland Park is one of the few cities that actually does citywide elections. So there may be seats, there may be commission numbers, but this election will be happening throughout the city. And when this guy wins, he'd be getting one of the seats on that commission. So, why do I say that? Because this is a community effort. This is one reason why I can say I like citywide races. You have to touch everybody in your community. You have to hear every part, every corner, and you get to witness what is the change that you'd like to see here for the people in that community. So it is a large and daunting task, but with the right team, with the right people in charge, they have the ability to really make a difference, not just in one district, but throughout the city. So when you guys are going out to vote later in November, you guys are voting for this man to make decisions, not for just a community, but for this entire city. So I encourage you all to go vote. I encourage you all to continue to be involved in your local politics and to raise awareness on the issues that you'd like to see fixed. Me personally working within the city of Tamarack, I can tell you the many changes I've witnessed firsthand, and it's a very fruitful experience. And truth be told, the issues that you see here today can be fixed tomorrow. But it takes your voice, it takes your vote, and it takes your connection to this community, your care, to go ahead and really make that impact. And to finish off, if there is one thing that I saw here today in Mr. Maxime's office that I really did enjoy, it was to give is to live. And that is the core essence of what politics and government means as a community, to make sure that we are giving back for our future tomorrow. So thank you all, and I hope I gave you guys a little bit of education. And please give it a round of applause for this gentleman here, because he's doing a big task for you guys.
Thank you, Stephen, for the ad hoc educational session about the local race. So, right, a lot of people are familiar with the presidential race, but a lot of times within our own community, the role, the part, right, the commissioners, the mayors, the local politics, people forget about that. So we just wanted to bring a little bit of awareness of why it's so important to vote, and vote also to know the candidates in your local election, because they have a greater impact and a faster impact in Congress. Because Congress, they always fight and they don't get nothing done, but in your local election, if you want something to get done, you have a direct contact with somebody here. You can tell them your problems, your issue, and it'll be addressed, and it can be addressed faster. So with that being said, our next speaker is going to be Monsieur Sylvain Becker.
Je salue tout le monde qui vient à Pasteur Maxime, Pierre Pasteur Maxime. Yes. Je salue tout le monde qui vient Pierre Espère Pasteur Maxime. Et je salue mon frère tout qui la Basile Jean Berton. Et comme un animateur radio, un journaliste qui toujours chaque matin nous avons une émission de débat sur 1580 AM, nous toujours encourager pour nous construire un leadership dans le Lauderdale. Et même pas besoin de connaître ces chats et ces chiens, mais dans le Lauderdale, nous avons besoin assez de monde qui est compétent, qui a appartenance communautaire, qui a sensibilité communautaire, pour prendre responsabilité pour nos niveau d'engagement, pour nous capables de représenter normalement la communauté haïtienne. C'est ça que fait, moi-même, c'est un homme qui est toujours à encourager Basile, moi-même toujours à encourager Pasteur Maxime. Donc, je dis à là, allons lancer. Donc, moi-même, je continue à support dans la sphère où je m'ai évolué. Malheureusement, Pasteur Maxime, pendant ma opinion là, nous quitter contribution dans le pressé, nous quitter sous cabane, mais je garantis ma côté sous campagne là. Donc, je demande tout le monde faire ça et nous élu Pasteur Maxime comme commissionnaire dans ce type de problème. Merci.
Thank you. Thank you for those words. Right now, our next speaker is going to be Nene JD, who is also our DJ for the night.
C'est ça bien, bonsoir tout le monde, et moi content là, comme nous connaissons, et Nene jeudi, et nous réellement fait bagaille au Miami, mais jeudi, nous montons dans la route. C'est toujours réellement ça. Parce que à chaque fois qu'il y a une élection, Mon bravo toujours appelé est-ce qu'il y a voté Miami. Every time there's election in Miami, things are very hot. People have been always asking, can we go vote? But finally, you have a chance to vote. Finally, you have one of yours. But let me tell you guys something. Qui c'est un candidat voulait dans mon voteur? Donc, je vais camper. Qui ça, Dr Maxime, besoin pour gagner l'élection? 3 bagailles. Premier bagaille là, c'est vote. Les autres peuvent me dire, c'est vote parce que même là où il y a l'argent, ça va pas prendre une élection. Nous avons expérience là déjà. Ça veut dire que chaque grand monde qui l'a, même là où il n'y a pas 300 000 monde là, mais il y a 300 millions là. Et chaque grand nous, pas dire en famille, pas dire aux amis, nous avons candidat dans le bois et sont haïtiens, ils doivent faire ça toujours en vie faire. Deuxième bagaille nous besoin, c'est volonté. Parce que il y a des gens qui sont capables de voter Lauderdale, qui peuvent West Spring, West Palm Beach, qui ne sont pas qu'à voter, mais ils peuvent venir là, venir là, monsieur, un petit support. Faire des portes avec lui, ouais, et passer flyer. Donc ça, c'est le deuxième bagage qu'on va faire passer Maxime. Et troisième, non, comme tout le monde peut dire, c'est l'argent. Alors, bien que moi-même, pas charger le DJ, pas dire pas charger le radio, c'est pas charger, mais Telemasters à charger. Donc, nous besoin de petit comme là. Et petit comme cobaye là, c'est un investissement que lié. Parce que l'aile montée, il dit c'est premier haïtien qui va commissionner dans le site de Fofamba, il va faire ça, il va faire ça. Qu'on ne pas faire, n'a pas de compte de Balia, oui. Mais s'il pas fait, ça va dire, ah, tu as pour tout le monde, on a voté Bazou, il a jeudi, on a voté. C'est ça, on a toujours des problèmes pour comprendre. Candidat, c'est où, mais il va dire, mais tout. Donc, après-midi, là, nous contents, il paraît qu'il s'en dit pour nous. Belle madame, qui est dans le portable, absolument, non, par exemple, si c'est cousine, si c'est seul, de toute façon, nous jouons une service là. Donc, étant un qui est influent dans la politique Miami, c'est la première fois monter bravo, moi, je voulais impliquer à 200% dans la compagnie, donc, toutes les amis, toutes les familles, moi, tant pis, s'il vous plaît. Assurément, dans 2 bagages. Dès avant de sortir là, dans un petit bagage, même des petits cachets, PayPal, OneZelle, nous pouvons dire que nous sommes contents. Mais dans les assurances, de sortir de 50 000 $, comme nous cafés, nous sommes un petit peu à vous, un petit peu à bouteille, un petit peu à vous. Nous cafés, nous sommes à vous, oui, je vous savez, Chalbert. Et puis, deuxième bagage à demander, nous, c'est 10 aux familles, 10 aux amis, gagnants haïtiens, qui peuvent aller pour commission, autre impact, nous besoin d'en et nous savons Al qui dit, allô là, Al des candidats pour le président d'Haïti, tout, donc on n'a pas fait la côte monsieur après. Donc, et Maxime, nous contents. Moi, je suis dans le show radio, ouais, pas besoin de bout de nom, sortez pour moi déjà suffit. Dans le show télévision, ouais, ou là, et puis dans le DJ, moi, là. Donc, tant pis, s'il vous plaît, l'élection c'est novembre, oui. En décembre, nous tournons là, et puis nous célébrer nouveau commissionnaire de contact ici dans Bravo. Thank you.
All right, cash out, Zelle. So that was going to segue into our contribution segment. Me, I'm the campaign manager. I am the treasurer. So one thing I do is I solicit contributions, and this has a local election. If somebody could, Kiana, can you go pick that up? Has a local election. The contribution limit is $1,000. So, and the way that you accept contributions is you can write a check. We have Zelle and cash. Cash contributions are limited to $50. And anything over $100, we need your information as far as your occupation or your employer. With that being said, here is our envelope, our contribution envelopes here. Before you leave here today, if you guys could maybe, I would like for each and every one of you to take a few to hand out to your friends or family, anybody who you know, and so that we can help sow the seed together, and so that we all can put our hand in the pot to basically fundraise to this campaign, so that we can buy the advertising, so that we can do a good job of getting his message out to the people. Because one thing that we need is, if the people don't know him, then they can't vote for him. So we definitely want to raise awareness and get the message and the campaign message out to the people. And this is one way that we can help. Another way is there is a cue card. If anybody can grab their phone and scan the cue card here, what happens is the contribution where you contribute at will show up. So the next speaker that we have is going to be the next speaker that we're going to have is Eduardo.
This is a great man that I met at my job for many years. Some people have a hard time understanding this man. That's because he doesn't put up garbage. He's a straight talker. He means what he says, and he says what he means. So, good luck. I hope you have a great time running. I hope you win. Thank you. I know you're going to win.
Time we are going to introduce. Dana is going to come and he's going to introduce our special guest speaker tonight, and then after we're going to have the candidate up to wrap it up.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. Mais comme le dit animateur a dit toujours un discours, toujours un ballon pile. Mais je dis de façon totally different. You know, for my 25 years in the radio and television, and for my 20 years I've been doing promotions for candidates. One thing I hate from candidates, it lies. You lie too much. Before the election, they'll tell you everything. They'll tell you, listen, the shirt that you have on, after I got elected, I'm gonna change it to green, to dollars. They tell you the socks that you have on, after the election, I'm gonna make sure the government paid you for it. And the worst thing I hate about candidates, they tell you all the good things, after they get elected, you don't get to see them the next time. But these two guys here, they don't have to lie to you because they belong to the community. And whatever you're expecting from them, they already did it. I have Daryl Holness here. Daryl, stand up. You know, I would love to call him Haitian because he have done more than what a Haitian elected or candidate ever done for Haitian. Even though this is not a Haitian election, a Haitian district, but we all can vote. We all can make a difference. Let me tell you where the power really comes from. It's from elected officials. Who you elect, who you vote for. Once you go, you vote for their Holness, you vote for Maxime, they own you guys. Because they said, I am going to represent you for what you need. What that you see has not been done in your area, I will do it. So therefore, I'm asking for your money, I'm asking for your vote. But when somebody gonna tell you, okay, all kind of lies to get elected, okay, that's fine. C'est comme si un garçon qui parle conforme, vous mettez votre parole, vous voulez, continuez mon besoin, on back up. That's what most of those elected officials, most of those candidates are done. And I'm waiting for the next election. This guy is the one that we want for District 20. Yes. He's the one that we want to be elected. Yes. Let me tell you why. Just remember that. Remember what Nene Judy told you. The one that's here now, she has told us so much lies, my God. Have you guys seen her posters all over the place? that I will give you $1,000 every month.
I'm still waiting.
I will raise the minimum wage from $10 to $20. Telemasters, did you make sure you film what I'm saying and then make sure you publish that? So it's been over what? It's been over a month. I haven't seen a penny yet. And I stood right behind this guy because what he has done for the last years, he pays his dues already. And I'm asking you guys, please, just like I said a few minutes ago, the quantity of how many people that's here tonight, that's not what important. Is the quality of who's here tonight. Each of you represent 1,000 people. Each of you represent $1,000. Let's make it happen. Stop blaming people on Haiti. Things are done in Haiti. Things are done in Miami. Now we're in Broward. Let's make things happen in Broward. I'm here in Broward. Broward people, you can do it. Put your hands together for Telemasters. Please vote Telemasters. If you pray for that. Thank you, my brother.
Merci, un pile. Bonsoir tout le monde. C'est Dale Holness, magistrat, Broward County.
Yes.
Jamaicien. You know what that means? Jamaican Haitian. That's what they call me. This is very important that you're here this evening. Ensuring that Bishop Dr. Kedner Maxime gets elected in Oakland Park is very important.
Yes.
Why is it important? It's important because he's already done the work. As Nene told you.
Yes.
It's not somebody who flew in from somewhere else and come and make you promises that I'm going to do this, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to do that, and never done it before. You never saw them or heard from them before, but they come in and they tell you a whole lot of stuff. Then you don't see them or hear from them anymore. Those promises don't get fulfilled. So you are the vanguard. You are the warriors. You're the generals in this fight to get Bishop Dr. Kedner Maxime elected. And here's the reasons why you need to have him elected. In the city of Oakland Park, they're not broke. They got some money. He will be there to ensure that there's inclusion of everyone in the community in the political process, but in the money business also. I'm going to hold his feet to that fire. Yeah? And it's not about promises or fake promises. What needs to be done here in Oakland Park is you need to have more housing opportunities for the people who live here that are affordable. You need more support for the businesses that are here in Oakland Park, especially business owners that look like you and I. And you can tell everybody I said that. We need to ensure that respect is given to every part of this community. And that when they have programs, everyone is included in it. And when they spend money for cultural occasions, that we are a part of it. Yeah. Not just as spectators, but as those who are providing the services along the way. Yeah. We need to ensure that we're supporting our schools, because it's a very important building block for community strength. In the city of Lauderdale, I put together Lauderdale Education A+ plan, Kids and the Power of Work across the county. I ensure that small minority women-owned businesses got contract with the county to the tune of $136 million in 2020 when I was mayor of Broward County. We need to ensure that there's connection to the people who live here to their homeland, because it's a great strength of ours. I've led that effort, been to Haiti a whole bunch of times. Jacmel, Port Salut, First Sea, Arcae, Gonaïve, Okap. pretty much everywhere, except for Jeremy and Port-au-Prince. That's the next time I go. I'm going to make sure I go to those areas, right? Yeah, Port-au-Prince. Anybody here from Port-au-Prince? Yes. You can take me back over there? How about Jeremy? No, most of you are from North. Gonaïve. Okay. So a great strength of this country is the fact that we have people from all over the world that are here. And Dr. Maxime and I have been helping people get their citizenship for many, many years. And if you're here in this group and you qualify to be a citizen and you're not yet a citizen, what are you waiting for? Now is the time. If you're here and you qualify for TPS and you haven't done it yet, see Dr. Maxime, because I got you a couple of dollars the other day to help with that, right? That's what I do. I've been engaged in the Haitian community for most of my life. Whether it be with Father Jean Jus, when he was marching in the streets of Miami, Marlene Bastien, TPS, from way back before people understood what TPS was. I'm talking about from Bush was in office. Because they were giving TPS to other folks, they weren't giving it to us. We finally got TPS granted after many, many years of efforts. Now we need to go the rest of the way, which means those people that are here that we said that they are essential workers during the pandemic. Because without folks that are working in our restaurants, in our hotels, driving the cabs, in hospitals, we can't function. So we said they were essential workers. Now what we need to do is make sure that they have a pathway to citizenship in this country. You agree with me? And a whole bunch of people are already on the pathway if we just do what's right. What do we need to do? Well, if you have DACA, if you have TPS, you're not undocumented anymore. Even though folks want to say that you are, because guess what? You would have had to have your fingerprint down, background check down. They know where you are, they know where you work, they know everything about you already. So might as well we just go the rest of the way, make sure those folks have a pathway to citizenship right away. And for those who are undocumented, this great country need help. And Haitian people and immigrants have helped this country since its exception, since it started, right? Especially Haitians. Now we are helping the Ukrainians, and I agree with that. We should. But how about the Haitians?
Yes, sir.
Right? They have families too. They're humans too. Right? Yeah, Russia didn't invade there, but we have some gangs that invaded. That had the audacity to go kill the president in his house. We have gangs in Martisan that take over the community. They're ruling down there. And yet we want to send people back? That's not right. So we must change that as a nation.
Yes.
So here's the deal. Who's got the envelopes? Now everybody must take 5 envelopes with you in addition to the one you have.
Yes.
Because this is about doing what needs to be done. Give everybody 5 more. Well, 4 more, okay. Hopefully you print a lot of them like I did. If you notice, his envelope's got a different color, but it looks pretty much like mine. Seems like we've been working together. So here's what I want you to do with those envelopes. You might not be able to give more than $100. But all of you can find enough people to put enough in to give at least 100 apiece. And if you have to go to 4 people to get $125 a piece, that's what you do. So I'm going to count. There's 25 people here at least. Okay? That's 12,500 minimum that you ought to represent here. That's easy, right? Go ahead and give a round of applause. So what I'm saying to you is this. That's the first step. And I heard earlier from your son that you need money to run campaigns. I can tell you that's true. Because even as much as I served this community, somebody had $3.7 million, right? and the 600,000 that I raised didn't make it as far. So you have to have that. You must have funded. Right? First step. Second thing you must do is you must talk to everyone you know and tell them that you have a great person running for office in Oakland Park. Wherever you go. That's why you have those envelopes. The other thing you have to do is volunteer your time. Now, I started off volunteering when I was 15 years old for campaigns. 15 years old. Yes. I don't see too many people here less than 15 years old. So all of you can campaign too, right? You gotta knock doors. You gotta go with him to knock doors. And I'm gonna tell you the 3 most important ways you get elected. Or I'll make it 4 or 5. 1, you gotta have some money. No matter how good a candidate you have, you must have some money. 2, somebody gotta go talk to those people, the voters, not just everybody, the people who can vote and who are gonna vote. That means the candidate knock their doors, but guess what? There are 27,000 voters in Oakland Park. He is not gonna get to every door. So that's where you come in. You're gonna walk with him and knock at those doors. Because other than him showing up, the second most important thing is somebody shows up, knock the door. Third is that we mail something to everyone. The post office costs about 50 cents a piece. So you're looking at about 75 cents a piece. If you do even 50 cents, 27,000 votes, you need $13,500 just to do 1 piece of mail. Only 1. Right? And then he hasn't got no radio yet. He didn't do television yet. He didn't do any newspapers yet. So the money is very important. That's what needs to be done. And you now must be generals in the army, which means you got to go recruit others also. So in addition to go get those 5 envelopes and get people to donate, you need to go get some people to volunteer also. Now, you make phone calls, put signs up, work on election day, help in the office with administrative work. There's a whole lot that needs to be done. But let me say this in closing. The election is in your hands. We have a great candidate. A candidate who have demonstrated leadership, who have been at the forefront of helping a lot of people. Someone who is honest, someone who has integrity, someone who's not afraid to stand up, speak up, and fight for what's right. Let's bring up Dr. Kedner Maxime.
All right. Hello there. How's everybody doing? Are you pumped up? Yeah. Everybody say yeah. Wow. It's a great pleasure to be here this afternoon. And first of all, I want to applaud all of you for leaving your activity, everything that is important to be here this afternoon. Let me start by saying this. Once upon a time, there was a man that wanted to be a great trainer, a great speaker. And then one day, he threw an event. He invited everybody in town. Nobody showed up. And what he did, he spoke to the chairs, like there were people in the chair. Right now, whenever he have an event, there's no place to keep people all over. But this is not the case tonight. I got people with me.
That's right.
I got people with me. I got my lovely wife with me. She's with me tonight. I mean, it's a great pleasure, right, to have somebody with you, right? Listen, not only that, look at what she did. My son, witness. Wow. Let me tell you what the pastor told me when I got married. He said, this man just come in the United States, the next thing he did get married. That was after 3 years when I got here, I got married. Hello. Now, I got my daughter, Kedner, she's with me. She's the one that helped with all the food and everything. Guess what? I don't want to be in trouble. Kiana, my granddaughter, she's with me tonight. And all of you, and I want, Justin was not here earlier, but he's here now. He's been a mastermind of this campaign. You know what I like? Their wholeness really inspired me to run. This was in my mind. But if I didn't know I have his support and his staff was not there to help me, guess what? I would not lie to you. Although that Sylvain Levique always said that on the radio. He's right there. He spoke earlier. He said we need a leader in Broward. But without their wholeness, I will not run because I'm not prepared to have the kind of support that I need to go to run as a candidate in the platform that needs help, run everything in the mastermind, and he's there for me. Hello. And guess what? I have many friends here. I have Coach down here. He's right there. He's been the coach of my son since he was in kindergarten, and he's here to support me. I think this is a legacy. And I have Dante now from 1320. He's there also to support me. You know what? I have strength. I feel strong. I think we can do this. Where you stand here, this bay here, the owner has not rented this bay for like 20 years because this bay was like in the back, the stair was in the way. They said they didn't want to rent it. When I was looking for a place to run a business in Oakland, I spotted this bay here, and when I called him to rent it because nothing was open here, that was more than 25 years ago. I said, yeah, I want to rent this place. He said, well, it's in a way. Why you want to do it? But guess what? As you recall, the Lawrence was talking earlier. Listen, I'm not in this for myself. I'm in this for the people of Oakland Park. Yes. And guess what? These two seats, they have an owner. The people of Oakland Park on the seat. We ain't gonna do business the way we do it in the past. There is a legacy to carry on in Oakland where we start and standing right here. When the settlers come from Atlanta, they came to farm on 38th Street. And guess what? We are in 38th Street today where we stand. And this is the first time we're going to have an Haitian American and the Commissioner of City of Oakland. That's something to be applauded for. I want to thank everybody from left to right, from center to middle. And I want to thank my cameraman for being here. Bato, he's a great man. I love him. Give him a round of applause. And by the way, give yourself a round of applause for being here tonight. And for my player, for my folks, my player, my soccer player, please put me in the record for 1 goal, okay? Please, make sure you do that. Don't forget that, okay? All right. Well, I scored my goal, so I deserve to be credited for it. All right. So, let me start by saying, I won't keep you long. We got some food here, we got some champagne, and we got some music. Guess what? Listen, although I'm a pastor, but tonight we're going to be a little bit different. We got folks from all walks of life. You can drink some champagne, you can drink some soda, and boogie. All right? And if everybody says something, tell them the bishop said so. All right. Good evening, everyone. I would first like to welcome all the faith leaders and community leaders and elected officials, among them my cousin. Give my pastor, Pastor Joanna, a round of applause. He's here tonight. I would like also to thank everyone who came and contributed to our campaign. And I said our campaign because this campaign is not about me, but about our collective vision of moving the city of Oakland Park forward. I will start tonight by telling you a little bit about myself. I arrived in Oakland Park 25 years ago, when Oakland Park was a minor blip. They call it a small city in the heart of Fort Lauderdale, but right now they call it the city on the move. No one was interested in visiting Oakland Park, and it was a quiet bedroom community. There was not many people who looked like, and the leadership of Oakland Park, you know what I mean. But during that time, I became the first in my family to graduate from college, launch a business where we stand right now, become a daytime radio broadcaster, and presiding, help me Kiana, and presiding bishop of the local church. I married and raised 3 beautiful kids, 2 boys and 1 girl, and become the spiritual caretaker of my congregation and community. As a faith leader, I know service goes beyond the 4 walls we call church. Oh yeah, we're going to run a campaign that's going to be inclusive, where everybody will be part of this campaign. We want to welcome everybody from all walks of life. As Prophet 19:17 says, whoever is kind to the poor, lend to the Lord, and he will reward them for that they have done. I genuinely believe that, and I was fortunate enough to be able to use my platform to mentor youth through local drug and alcohol prevention program, providing the changing resources to foster care and vulnerable families, and collaborate with food pantries to help ensure the basic needs of family in Oakland Park were met. Because of these programs in which I participate, I received numerous awards, including the Broward County Sheriff's Certificate of Recognition and a proclamation from Broward County proclaiming November 22, 2020 as Reverend Dr. Kedner Maxime Day for my contribution to the community, but the word I cherish the most was knowing that one less family will have to suffer from hunger, violence, or drugs. That is my crowning achievement, to be included former commissioner and mayor of Fort Lauderdale, Dale Holders, whom has presented to me proclamation also, which I'm very proud of. Today, I officially announce my candidacy because I have a calling. Yes, I want to extend my calling because guess what? As a pastor, I'm serving people. As a commissioner, when I become commissioner, guess what? I will serve also people. One of the questions that I would like to answer for you this afternoon, I met with someone, some folks, some church folks. They told me, Dr. Maxime, well, you want to run for commissioner for the city of Oakland Park. First of all, what's going to happen to your minister or ministry? I said, well, I turned around to the person, I said, are you a Christian? They said, yes. I said, do you stop working just because you are a Christian? Well, serving Oakland Park won't stop me on my ministry duty. As a matter of fact, this is extension of service. As all of you know here, it wasn't like it used to be in the past. As I met a woman flew from Boston to Fort Lauderdale, how I went and helped. There's some issue with some unions. There was some Haitian back in Boston. There was some problem that wants to bring the union to that corporation. They want me to go there to speak with the Haitian. As on my way back, I met that woman. Until now, I never met her before. I don't recall her name. The book that she asked me to read, I don't remember the title. But it's one thing I remember while I was talking to her. She said to me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Haiti. He said, how long you been in the United States? I said, around 15 years then. He said, I got something to tell you. Are you aware of that? Every leader in the whole wide world, all over the world, they came from the church. So you're in a good position to become one of the Senate of the United States of America. I'm saying, wow, to become a senator? But guess what? I don't want to start from the top. I want to start from the bottom. And that's why I have you here with me. We can do it together. We can make it. You know what? I love when people doubt me. You have two kinds of people in this world. The people that are with you when you become successful, and the people who wants to see you fall. But guess what? I'm very proud of all of you tonight. And I mean what I say from the bottom of my heart. I have people here that stand with me, whether they stand far away from left to right, but I feel I have people that want me to be successful. So therefore, let's go, let's vote, let's support, let's contribute, let's come together at one and change the legacy of Oakland Park. It can't be no longer run that way. As a matter of fact, a few days ago, I make a round around here and I spoke with some business people. I found this old Spanish woman. As I stood and spoke with her, and I can nearly see tears come upon her eyes. She was nearly crying. Why she was crying? She said, you know what? As business people, we're not safe around here. You say you're going to run, but guess what? I've been here as a business person for more than 15 years. Nobody ever come and shake my hands and say that they desire to have my vote. But you come, you know what? I wanted to support you. She said, Don't just pass by. Come back up again. I wanted to talk to you. There's some issue I want to share with you. I had met this lady. She's a minority. She's making minimum wage. She got 2 children. She wants to move in Oakland. And I made some phone calls. And they told me the waiting list, there's 1,000 people on the waiting list. 1,000 people on the waiting list. Not only that, on top of that, to rent 2-bedroom in the city of Oakland Park, you have to make over $45,000 to $55,000. Let me ask you something. When I just come here to raise my child, with 2 jobs. I remember the first time I had a job here in a restaurant. I had to clean up. It was $4.50. When my wife was pregnant to raise my children, I was working 2 jobs. Can you imagine $5 an hour? To make $10 an hour, you gotta work 2 jobs, days and night. I spent over almost 15 years working at 9 so I can go to school in the morning. Listen, we need to change that for the people of Oakland Park. And with your help, together as one, in unity, in love, know that we want. And we want to create that atmosphere for the people of Oakland Park. The 2 seats belong to the people of Oakland Park. So therefore, if they are the owner of it, people cannot just come around and just seize them. We are to change this situation in Oakland Park. As Commissioner Holness just expressed himself and let us know what we need to do, I don't need to be redundant. I'm sure that every one of you here will come out knowing exactly what you need to do. Come and vote and do as the other community do. All the other community, all of them, they set this foundation where they know you cannot win an election without money. Listen, this is not about we poor, we don't have the money, so forth and so on. Listen, I would say I don't like Trump, but guess what? He's a multi-millionaire. He weighs $5, $3, $10. Can we do the same thing? I mean, our people, when they think about contribution, they think, oh, well, we don't have $10,000. We don't have $1,000. No, you don't need $1,000. If you can give 20, it's okay. If you can give $5, it's okay. If you can give, well, we receive kind contribution. Well, my friend here is a perfect example of kind contribution. 2 days, we had to clean up the floor. He came and helped me clean it up. He helped me put the lights. He helped do the works. We had to secure this place so you can come here, make the environment better. Everybody can contribute. Listen, well, you know what? The mother of lies are usually excuses. Let's remove all the excuses. Let's do the right thing. Let's go out, let's vote, let's support, and let's make a legacy for the city of Oakland Park. I will see you all at the polling. Thank you.
Another round of applause, everybody. So we're going to wrap this up, and then we're going to have the oldest have the last words. Hello, everyone. Would you come closer, please? Come on in. I want everybody inside. Everybody come on into the tent. Around the tent. Everybody. Avance. Get the Everybody has an envelope. Let me see your hand with an envelope. So people don't have any envelope. Make sure anybody who doesn't have an envelope in their hand get an envelope in their hand. Everybody. Everybody. Okay, so now I said earlier that you need to at least go out and raise some money, right? And I said you can find enough people to give $100, at least $500. All of you can. So the first thing I want you to do is start with your money, because I didn't see no envelope passing up here. Now I want you to go in your pocket, take out some money, put it in the envelope. Everybody, I got my money in my envelope. So I'm going to start off the campaign with my $500. Hello? So everybody, put the money in the envelope. Go collect those envelopes with you. If you don't have the money now, write your name on the envelope. Fill the envelope out before you leave. Okay, put your name on there. Put what you're willing to contribute, or if you're willing to volunteer. Don't leave without doing that. That means you're not doing your job if you leave without doing that, okay? Fill the envelope out. Write your name and your phone number and your email address and what you're going to do to help the campaign. You're going to give money, you're going to volunteer, whatever you're going to do, fill that envelope out now. We don't want you to leave here without filling the envelope out, so we have your information to be in touch with you. Is that all right? Are we going to get Bishop Dr. Kedner Maxime elected in Oak Park? All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just one last word. If anybody here, we have some refreshments here. I don't know if you guys know. We have drinks, we have sandwiches, we have food, we have champagne. So come on down, everybody, and grab some refreshments, and then let's go ahead and celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you.